You're getting ready to start streaming, and you're trying to pick what game you want to play. As your fathers did before you, you start with the latest and greatest games, followed by the games that seem popular to stream, and even trying to see if lightning strikes twice by playing Winnie the Pooh's Home Run Derby. In the end, after being exhausted both mentally and financially, you'll still be screaming to the heavens, "What game should I stream? For the love of God, what do I stream?"
What games should you stream?
Do you want to be a variety streamer, or do you want to just concentrate on one, maybe two games?
Or what type of audience that you want to, involve or appeal to?
Now, if you don't know what games you should stream, we got you.
A lot of people want to go into streaming and think they should go for the most popular games, like
the hottest, the new it game, just, we'll take examples from this year. Horizon Zero Dawn came out and Mass Effect Andromeda came out.
Everyone's playing the popular game. Everyone is playing the popular game. When it comes out, you're probably going to see the same 3 or 4 casters that you see all the time playing it, and they're the people with like 30,000 views or whatever. And then everyone's playing it. You're just going to vanish into a wall of obscurity of people that don't get found.
My answer on big releases is always wait a week, potentially 2 to 3 weeks, and please do the research yourself. I mean, last time I checked, Neo came out and everybody was streaming Neo and going crazy. And a week later, another big release came out. I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn. The day that Horizon Zero Dawn launched was an amazing day to play Neo, because suddenly you're no longer playing a game with 60 other channels, hundreds of other channels in there. I think there was 20 or 30 people. So it gives you a lot more discoverability, and people are still looking to get the game.
Always go for games that you actually enjoy, because it's very easy like watching a streamer who is like not enjoying what they're playing and they're just doing it to try to get views. There's a difference between enjoying a game and just putting up with it. And what I've always done, I am a big Resident Evil fan, so I always played those games because I actually enjoyed playing them, and I loved having the conversation with people who enjoyed the games as well. That's where I kind of started to thrive off of like the interaction with people, because it was something I enjoyed talking about and something I enjoyed playing.
Marketing is definitely important, and people think marketing is like selling products. As a streamer, you are the product, and that you need definitely marketing, which is that you need to have something that would make people stay longer or like come in. And then because there's so many streamers right now, I guess the best way to get their first impression, or at least draw somebody in, is a game that people would love to see. However though, new gaming doesn't equal viewership though, because everybody's going to be playing new games.
Due to that, the uniqueness of who you are gets lost if you just stand there or sit there and play that game as is. So you want to kind of add that little bit of a touch. So myself, I've involved doing a lot of competitive Street Fighter commentary.
I went into a chat one time and it had several, I would say, between 50 to 100 people in there, and he was not talking to any of them. He was just playing the game. And I don't know why he had that many viewers, because that to me is quite rude.
I would say if you're able to talk like to your chat and also play the game at the same time, that's definitely the game that you want to try to go with. Like for example, I started playing Outlast, and it's one of those creepy, scary games, and I really enjoyed it, and I started playing more often because I actually liked the story in the game. And when I learned that I could actually play the game without really thinking and also interacting with chat, that's when I knew that was a game that I wanted to play more often. And when I started to do that, more people came in because they saw, how are you playing this game? And it's scary, and you're not like reacting, but you're also responding to us as you're playing. And when you can find a game like that, that's definitely the one that you should try to stick with for at least a little bit to get yourself more comfortable with streaming and also building a community as well.
It's all down to you as an individual as well. It can mean you could be playing the best game ever in the best possible way, and if you're not entertaining, if you're not interacting with your chat and, you know, being polite and kind as a person and entertaining, you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if you are always a thinker, like, you know, constant thinker of new ideas and all that, just you can spit all that out while you're streaming, playing the game you love, even if it's the same game that you play.
I think it's okay to play one game, because you have to remember that you have to keep reinventing yourself. So say you do play a game and you love that game, and for 6 months it just brings you so much joy and you have so many viewers and everyone's happy, but then eventually you start seeing that you don't like the game anymore, or maybe people aren't coming to the game like they used to. Feel free to change. Absolutely. There's no perfect answer for this. It used to be, if we had done this interview, you know, in 2014, I would have told you, play one game, become the best of that game. But it's changing so quick.
When you talk about entertainment, you don't know what people would react to, like what kind of game or what kind of content you make. You don't know if they're gonna like the new content all the time. Like I always fail with new content. I'm like, okay, let's make a new content. I make it and no one was like, I guess it didn't work well, let's just roll with it. So it's not a bad thing. I feel like it's not a bad thing to try out new things, but at the same time,
you should balance between the new games, what has been just launched, and the games that you like. Because that way you can be streaming for different kinds of people. The games that you already play, that you are good at, should be streamed also, because you show your skills, you show sometimes some of the backstory of the game that you already have been playing for new players, like younger people, and shows your skills. The new ones, you can show your learning curve, you can show how bad you suck sometimes at the game, and people will laugh and will learn with you if it's a just released game.
So as far as differences in audiences, of course, the newest games are the most popular, right? They've just come out, they have bigger brand awareness, the younger players tend to be into the newest games the most, so the newest games tend to get the highest viewership. That being said, I care a lot about the production itself of what happens on the stream, so I do enjoy when we go back and stream old games, because if you watch the old broadcasts, like if you watch Super Turbo from 10 years ago or 15 years ago, the best you're gonna get is like some shaky cam footage or something like that. But to really modernize that and even bring back some of those old school players and say, hey, let's play, you know, Super Turbo in the modern era and let's see what it's like, I find that in particular to be very enjoyable. It's great to see high level skill in old games where it's difficult to find the strategies for them anymore. And it's also great to see those old people come back and say, well, you know what, I don't even really care about Street Fighter V, but sure, you want to do a Super Turbo tournament, I'm in there, and really see what they can do and show their strong strategies.
I would say just when you get started streaming that you don't want to go into it wanting to make money, because that's not the case for everybody. I know a lot of people who see like the top streamers on Twitch and like, you know, they're doing this for a full-time job, but they usually don't see the journey that got them to that point. So I would never start off streaming hoping to make money or it's going to be a career. You just want to make sure you want to do it for fun.
So really play stuff that you like and try to, I wouldn't say limit yourself, but do try to find a niche, because something that I really believe in, and it's one of my favorite quotes, is you can be anything, but not everything. Find the games that you love, find stuff that you're so good at, and just kind of focus on that.
So you play what you enjoy,
or genre, then build your audience around that.
If you pick what you like, that will really translate into your broadcast.
Get a good image, get a good setup,
and you'll enjoy streaming. That's got to be the main thing. You got to enjoy doing this, because nobody's paying you to do it, right? Like, we ain't doing this for the fat muns that's coming in. We're doing this for the fun. So keep that in mind when you're picking your game. Play something you like, play something you love, then they will see the best you that you can be. And it's win-win. Because even if you don't get like 1 million viewers, you're going to have had a fun afternoon playing a video game. Come on now. People, get with it. There's nothing more I can tell you here. I'm done.